if you're looking at me thinking, Jordan, you look a little bit different, and you can't put your finger on why, this video is why. My makeup routine was completely turned on its head for this video just because of the makeup brand and the products that I was testing. Way less steps. Looking at myself like I look different because there's like things missing from my makeup routine. But I did try out Poundland makeup today, one of the cheapest makeup brands out there. There are a few things that are a little bit more than £1, but only by like this much. I explained that in the video. The more it added to my face, the better things were getting. And I'm excited for you to see this video because there's actually a couple of gems in here. Kind of products that in that category might have become my favorite. Call me crazy. There are some things that are questionable, but for the most part, I'm excited for you guys to see this video. Guys, this. I don't want to give anything away. I'm getting excited, right? I'm getting carried away. Continue watching and see what happens. Let's go. So apparently we're testing out some new brow products today. This is a rare occasion. I mean, I'm not going too crazy because I have already glued down my brows. Yeah, I was feeling a little bit spontaneous, a little bit crazy. And I thought we would try products to fill in the brows. First thing we're testing out is the Fill Me In Precision Brow Definer with Brush. So this looks like a really micro pencil. This actually looks really good. The concept of it, the idea, I love a little micro pencil that you just sort of like rotate up. And it's cool that it has a spoolie on the end. I did get it in 2 shades. I got the brown and the black. I normally use a brow pen, so I thought if I get like a darker shade, then maybe I can try and mimic brow hairs with it. We'll see. And then I also got the Makeup Gallery Slay the Brow brow kit. This is in brunette too. I mean, guys, if there's one thing with Poundland makeup, is their shade range good? No. Can only judge what they got, and it's really not the best. But one thing I will say is they actually have 2 brands now. So you've got Makeup Gallery. This is like, I feel like the old collection, everything's pretty much £1. Makes sense, Poundland. However, they've come out with a new collection called Makeup Gallery. No, they're the same, but like they're different, like branding now. I feel like they've reformulated, I guess made everything better. We'll see. And it's like a little bit more expensive. It's like £2-3 for products rather than 1. I'm okay with that. I think it's still super affordable. So yeah, let's go in with the brow powder first. There's like a little wax in the corner, but not today, babes. Not today. Okay. The shades look nice and cool toned. And you've got 3 different options, which is nice as well. So if days you want to go a bit darker, a bit lighter, you have the option. You can kind of ombre. I think I'm going to dip into this shade here, like the middle of the 3 shades. Surely you can't fuck up a brow powder. Like surely, right? You see the gaps? That's kind of where I'm going to aim the powder for. Do you know what? That's pretty much an identical match for my brows. That middle shade is kind of perfect. See how already compared to this brow that's looking a lot more fuller and filled in. I don't want to do too much. What's nice is I can now go in with like the slightly lighter powder towards the front of the brow so it's not too harsh there. Oh, probably a little bit too much. The powder itself is actually pretty pigmented, so just be careful with that. You really don't need to dip in too much. Pretty sure this was literally £1, this Makeup Gallery brow palette, which is just crazy. What I'm hoping is I can create really fine strokes with this. Let's just go straight into the tail and see if I can do that, kind of. It's a little waxy, the formula. Like it's not like a super, oh, hold on. That's not bad. It's not bad, but obviously the pencil starts to get a little bit blunt as you use it, so it's not as precise. You need a really, really light hand. Try to be as steady as you can to get those little hair strokes. Is it my favorite? No. Is it gonna take over my brow pen anytime soon? No. But it has done the job, you know. I'm just cleaning this up because it went a little bit crazy, but it's done the job. Definitely prefer the brow powder over the pencil. I feel like there's better pencils out there, but the brow powder is pretty fucking good. Like similar to what I would use all the time. Rate that. Now the brows are on, I think the next step should be skin, so let's go. Heading straight in with primer. This is the Prime Time Hydrating Primer. It's infused with vitamin E and glycerin. Glycerin is really good because it's going to stick. If you didn't know, glycerin will create that tacky face primer, which will give your foundation something to stick to, making it last. That's a really good sign, you know, and the fact that it's hydrating too, hopefully makeup will lay lovely on top of it. Apparently it locks in moisture for long-lasting makeup application. Again, this is by like the newer Makeup Gallery brand. It was only like a couple of pounds. Filling a brush to blend this in. We'll see how that goes, and then I can feel if it starts to get tacky after it's all blended out. It's feeling really, really lovely and lightweight on the skin. Do you see that? It's almost like, kind of like a gel kind of consistency, which is nice. My thing that I'm interested to see is how sticky it's gonna get. I love a good sticky primer because then I feel like primer's actually gonna do something. It's not just like a step that we all do for the sake of doing it. Honestly, so lightweight in texture, I genuinely can't feel it, and it definitely has a little bit of a tack. Nowhere near as tacky as say like the Milk Hydra Grip or the e.l.f. Power one, whatever. Like it hasn't got that intensity of stickness. It doesn't feel like it's gonna peel up or anything like that. We'll see how foundation goes on. Guys, I'm gonna keep it real with you. The foundation, I'm just not looking forward to. Don't want to be the one to judge too soon, See, the thing is, in the store, yeah, the amount of foundations that were sat here just like separated or super liquidy, it didn't look right. It didn't look right. But the thing is, this is literally £1. They did have an illuminating foundation as part of like the newer makeup gallery, which I was tempted by, but it said that it was like super light coverage and it just wasn't my style. And you guys know I'm all or nothing. So I thought we would go for this one, the Matte Me Over Long Lasting Foundation. I picked up the shade Olive. I don't know, hopefully that's going to be a good match. I feel like I need to give this a good shake. Again, shades, not great. What do we expect? Look how liquidy that is. That is way more liquidy than I actually thought that would be. One thing I did pick up though was a few makeup brushes and a makeup sponge just to test them. We'll see how they are. I am going to take it makes sense to take the foundation brush, right? I like a brush for my foundation, so we'll see how it goes. This is what it looks like. It's like the number 6 foundation base brush. These actually look all right, to be fair. I'm into the packaging. It's like a baby pink and it's like matte. Okay, right, let me pick some of this up. Do you know what, it's actually kind of a good sign that it's a bit thinner, because then I hope that it won't, you know, clog up the skin. Really don't want this to look cakey and heavy. So yeah, you know what, I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to shut the fuck up and apply it to my skin. The brush as well, I'm hoping will help to sort of like maintain any coverage. That's if there is any, I'm hoping. Right now I'm dealing with quite a bit of scarring. I actually had a reaction, guys. I don't know what to. I mean, I've been trying out a lot of new makeup products recently. Skincare, that type of thing. Just putting a lot more on my skin than I usually do. And my entire this half of my face just freaked out in lumps and bumps. It was also peeling. So these lumps were weeping, but my actual skin was peeling. And you guys know I have oily skin, so that's so unusual for me. Do you want to know what saved my skin? Aloe vera. Yeah, also makes a really good primer. Just throwing that out there. I'm just going to see if I can maybe layer the bottom half up a little bit, because you can definitely still see all my scarring through. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more on. It's definitely more of like a natural finish though, to be fair. It's not heavy whatsoever. If anything, it's more like a lower medium coverage, I'd say. Will be good to see if it's buildable or not. Or maybe if I like pre-concealed underneath, that would obviously help too. To be fair though, when my skin isn't the best, I feel like that's a good time to test out foundations, because you can really see what it's providing. One thing I will say though is right now I can't tell yet if it's the brush that's creating streaks or whether it's the foundation. You know when you feel like you're moving, also it's definitely getting quite orange. You know when you feel like you're moving the product around your skin and it's causing like sort of like streakiness, but it's weird because I'm literally just pressing it in. Listen, I need to make this work because this is the base of everything else, okay? Come on, come on. I'm just taking a moment to really press this into my skin, which definitely seems to be helping with the finish. I think that extra little bit definitely did cover a little bit more. Is everything concealed? No. Can you still see my skin? Sure, but it doesn't look as bad as I maybe thought. The colour, olive my ass. My orange. It's fine. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We always do. Concealer now, I will say I'm looking forward to this part because this is giving me Tarte Shape Tape vibes. They said we're sick of the little crayon concealers and we're going to provide you with something hopefully better. I have good vibes about this. This is the Hide and Chic Supersize Liquid Concealer. It says on it medium coverage. There's vitamin E again. I think they're all about like hydrating products. 2 shades because you guys know I like to sort of conceal and brighten. So I picked up number 1, which is Swan, and then this is number 4, Latte. Latte is probably going to be more like my actual complexion color, and then the Swan I'm hoping will brighten everything up. Oh yeah, that looks like a really nice shade. Couple shades lighter than the complexion, which I always like. It's got, well, it seems like it's got quite a nice yellow undertone right now. Maybe with a slight bit of peach, which is quite nice. Honestly, I love these bigger applicators because I feel like, I don't know, they just apply it nicer. Next shade. Looks good, looks good. While I let this chill, am I going to use this beauty blender? Am I going to dare to use this beauty blender? Am I going to dare to use anything other than my Coco Cosmetics by Chloe? Number 6, face sponge. I'm going to go wet it and see how this goes. Oh God, I'm a little bit scared. Oh no, no. I know it was £1, but it's literally a rock, guys. Like, for the shits and gigs for you guys, I'm going to go wet this and see. So let's see if it gets any bigger. Probably not because it's like a fucking rock. Wait a second. That is huge. Got a little bit squishy as well. Like, is it as soft as my Cocoa one? No. One thing I will say, guys, am I tripping or is that oxidized? Especially Latte. Hold on. Like, yeah, look. Latte is almost like blended back into my skin. Let me test Swan. No, Swan's not as bad, but Latte seems to have literally blended in with my skin. Okay, anyway, right. Let's just blend. That sound, oh my God, that is giving me the ick. Doesn't sound soft. Like, my other sponge doesn't make this noise. What is going on? I mean, it's a really nice size. Like, it's getting in there nicely. It's not awful, but I'm tempted to switch over to my other sponge in a second because I feel like maybe that might make a difference, because tools are everything, guys, when it comes to your makeup. I don't want this to be like soaking up all the product. 1 second. I'm going to take a little bit more of Swan underneath the eye and just see if I can brighten. Add a little bit more, see if I can increase the coverage, because it's not, I don't know, not as seamless and as like whoa as when I use obviously other concealers. I was really hoping that this would be, I mean, it's not bad, look, like I think it's kind of generous to say medium coverage. I feel like I can still see some darkness. It's almost like kind of blending into like the skin into nothing. Sounds nice because you feel like it's gonna be natural and very minimal, but like that's it, that's literally what it is, minimal. Like it's just not really doing much at all. Natural isn't a bad thing, you know, natural can look really beautiful on the skin, like done right. No, it's just looking a little, I don't know, it's just not. Maybe once other products are on top, that will sort of chill out and kind of even itself out a little bit, because makeup is all about balance, and it's really not too bad. Like when I'm looking at my skin, it isn't sort of peeling off or going patchy. It doesn't really look muddy. Nothing about it is really standing out to me where it's like, oh my god, that's terrible. Just not giving me what I thought they would. Like, yeah, this says a natural matte finish, the foundation, but it does say a flawless coverage, lightweight base. Lightweight, I'll give him that, but flawless? I'm just not flawless though, so maybe that's why. Do you know what I mean? The concealer medium coverage, I wouldn't even say medium coverage, like, but it's not bad. Let me just carry on. My normal routine, I would go in with cream bronzer, cream blush before I powdered, but they didn't have any of that, so we're gonna go straight in with powder. Makeup Gallery Smoothly Does It Pressed Powder. This was £1, guys. I got translucent number 1. Taking this on my Trigwell Cosmetics powder puff. I feel like the powder puff is gonna get like the best out of this product because they make every powder look great. Hold on a minute. Do you see that? Am I tripping or does that look smooth? That's low-key kind of crazy. No, genuinely, guys, that powder, I feel like on camera I'm looking really pale. I'm not in real life, promise. That has completely smoothed out any texture that was underneath my eyes. Like I can imagine that on a really full coverage base just to like blur everything on the skin. Imagine if I'd like cream powdered and cream bronzered. Oh my god. Imagine if I'd cream blushed and bronzed and all that goodness. Like look at that, guys. Like texture, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Look at that on my forehead, right? Yeah, gone. It's super matte as well. I love that. Yeah, this is my favorite product so far, for sure. I'm just taking it everywhere to make sure everywhere's set to give the other powder products a fair chance. I don't want it gripping to any sort of wet base. I would go as far as saying I'd pick that up and use that again. In fact, I'm really intrigued to see what that would look like on my normal base. What, that's got me excited. What the fuck? That's £1. £1. Yeah, sure. Let's add some colour to this complexion because we are looking so 1D right now. I feel like I'm blending into the wall. Got hold of a bronzer. This is the Makeup Gallery Good to Glow Matte Bronzer. This is in matte medium 2. There was only a couple of options of this. From the outside, it does look quite nice and like warm toned, which you guys know is my favourite. I feel like maybe I've tried this before. I don't know, maybe. I mean, it looks kind of dark. I am a little bit scared. The number 6 powder brush. Maybe this could be good for my bronzer. Tap that in. Just going to start by tapping so I don't disturb the base, and then I can kind of just blend as we go. These brushes are really, really soft, by the way. It does feel nice on the skin. What I will say about this, I do like the fact that this is matte. That's my favourite bronzer formula. I don't know, I feel like it's the most forgiving on the skin. You can definitely start to see that pigment. That's warming up my base really, really nicely. Going in with a super light hand. I just don't want to go in with too much too soon because my base is definitely more pale than normal. And this is obviously like quite intense, like it's quite red toned, that's for sure. I just want to take it easy and not take it too far too quick. But the bronzer seems to be blending out nicely. That product has definitely made the complexion look better, right? Like how much more life have I got to my skin now? It's building up beautifully. Like especially if, you know, you just take a little bit at a time, take your time to sort of blend that into the skin. Yeah, I like that too. I feel like the powder products so far are winning. As much as I'm doing a full face, I am trying to see these products individually as well. Like imagine if I put them into a routine, like a base routine that I loved. Trying to see what they would bring to the table like that, as well as a whole. Does that make sense? As well as like a whole sort of Poundland face. I really, really like that. It's smooth. It's like butter. And the brush, I feel like both together, I've applied it to the skin beautifully. I have nothing bad to say about this. Again, for £1, like come on, man. Looking at my skin and looking at the base for what it was before, you cannot say that that product hasn't improved. I made a difference. Cool. Yeah. Yes, so the bronzer, babes. Love that. Right, now we're going to move over to blush. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. They're both shimmery. I think they do have a matte one, but it just wasn't in stock at all, which, to be fair, this might add some life back to the skin. This might look really nice considering the base is so matte. Two really nice shades, though. You've got more of like a pink and then more of like a blush shade. I do have one more brush to try out, so we may as well use it for this product. This is the Kabuki brush. This actually looks like it would be a really banging foundation brush or even concealer. You know, like it's nice and small and sort of more compact and dense. I'm gonna swatch these real quick. They actually look really pretty. They don't look glittery or chunky at all. You guys know me, I'm gonna start with the baby pink side. Actually, that brush fits in there nicely. Just gonna pack this on. I'm gonna start quite high up in case it is super, super glowy, and then it can kind of like double up as a highlighter. By the way, guys, that jingly sound is my rings. Hopefully that's not too annoying. Definitely very glowy. I'm glad I kept that high up because look, you can see when I turn to the side, it's almost like a blushed highlight. From the front, you can really see the pigment, and then from the side, it's just like glow. I'm gonna take a little bit of that darker pink actually and just lay it. There we go. There's the color. You guys know I like a blush, so I'm not afraid to put on something a little bit more intense. I mean, look, my skin is definitely glowy now. I almost wish I had like a matte shade to give the base color and then this as a topper, because when I say that gives the most beautiful glow to the skin, on the skin it's not chunky, it's not glittery, nothing like that. It actually looks really, really lovely. It's got substance to it as well as glow. It is beautiful. I feel like it's, especially if you like glowy skin, you're probably looking at this now like, okay, I see where this is going, you know, like loving it even more. It is cute. It's very, very cute. That's all the skin products that I have to try. So we're going to move on to eyes real quick. They don't have anything crazy, which is quite nice. It's going to be like a simple, I'm thinking like a simple wing and maybe like a red lip. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what we can do with the products we have. I have two eyeliners here. These little pot eyeliners. I have a brown and a black. These are the Makeup Gallery Pro Eye Liquid Liners. They're one of those ones that comes in like a little pot with a brush. Oh God. Oh God, oh. 1 second, I feel like I might need to shake these up quick. That doesn't seem super opaque on my hand. Let me see the brown. I do love me a good brown liner, especially if it comes off brown. Not like a black brown, like actually brown. I love that. Oh, that one seems way better than the black. Wait, you see that? That's solid. That looks like watery, like watercolor. Maybe I need to shake that more. I don't know what's going on with that. That's so weird. They're two completely different consistencies, unless I've got a bit of a dodgy one. Let's play it safe. Let's go in with the brown. Just... I think I'm going to do like a nice thick chunky wing. Let's see how that goes. You know what? I don't remember the last time I used a like liquid pot concealer like this. I normally use like a pen or something, or a gel, like a gel liner. It's been a long time since I've used something like this. It feels a little bit strange. I will say though, look how sharp I can get that. Bearing in mind I've not cleaned that up yet. That's a really, really nice applicator tip. It's really nice and fine. It means I can get that nice like tip to the wing. That is looking like a pretty solid wing. That was so easy to use as well. Bear with me while I try and match this up. Fingers crossed as well, this dries like super matte. That would be lush and it doesn't have like a glossy vinyl finish. That will get extra points if that's the finish, honestly. Seriously, wow. Guys, bearing in mind I've not gone in with concealer to touch anything up yet like that. The lines are as sharp as what this has allowed me to do. Seriously, if you struggle with liner or you just love your liquid liner and you're looking for a good one, run, don't walk. I just want to say it's drying matte. You see that? Sold. I'm going to go get 20. I'm going to go get 20. If the shelves are empty when you go, it's me. I can't get over that. Like the formula, the applicator, everything about this is lush. Like I am obsessed. That genuinely is one of my favorite new liquid liners. If this wears beautifully as well, banging, I'm obsessed. And do you know what I managed to get hold of? I got some lashes as well. I remember using these back in the day. These are the Fern McCann Florentina Flirt lashes. Of course not going to use the lash glue in there because I literally get sore eyes looking at it. I will apply these though. I would definitely say these ones, and I think Jess Right, she has an eyelash collection with them as well. Them over the actual like Poundland lashes for sure, because these ones just have a bit more substance to them. But first, before we do that, I'm going to apply some mascara. I've got the Bomb mascara. Sounds groovy. High Impact Mascara. They did have a couple of mascara options, and I think they even had a waterproof version, but this is the one I went for. It sounded the most like something I would enjoy. Okay, it's like one of those sort of fluffy, soft, bristled ones. Straight away, I'm going to say this is more of like a lengthening mascara over volume, that's for sure. I almost can't feel it like gripping my lashes. I just got mascara up there, ignore that. But I almost can't feel it like gripping onto my lashes. It's more just lengthening them than adding volume, but I don't mind that. This mascara, I feel like if you like more of like natural lashes, you don't like anything too clumpy, anything too voluminous, you'll probably really like that, especially if you curl your lashes before. This is the devil. Rebuke. Oh, these are a little bit more plasticky than I remember, but it's fine. The only thing I find with more cheaper lashes like this is they tend to be a little bit more plasticky. Like the lash band is almost like a bit pokey. The lashes don't really have a lot of fluff to them. They're more sort of like single layered and they're a bit more like of that plasticky texture rather than fluff. But as long as they look good on, I feel like I can deal with that. I mean, they are looking gorge. They're really, really cute. They're like really like, you know? Let me just take a little bit of mascara just to make sure they're completely blended. But they're really, really sweet, especially if you like that more sort of like integrated lash where it's like shorter, longer, shorter, longer. They really sort of open up the eye as well. I did actually cut mine to be a little bit shorter just to make sure there was no poking in the outer corner or the inner corner or anything like that. But they have lift to them, which is nice as well. Sometimes more plasticky lashes tend to not, that it'd be really flat. They look nice. You wouldn't think that they're Poundland lashes at all. Should I be brave and try this on the bottom lashes? Oh god, it's so big. I'm trying to be so careful. Look at that, it's done to my lashes. Because it's lengthening and not thickening, I feel like it really separates my bottom lashes. It's just the actual applique, oh my god, it's scary. The actual formula of the mascara, right, is so lightweight you don't even realise it's there. See what I mean by how lengthening it is? You can see better on my bottom lashes how lengthening it is. Okay, that is everything for the eyes. Let's move on to lips, the final part to complete this look. Okay, we have 3 options here, guys. We have a liquid lipstick and then 2 lipsticks with different colours. The liquid lipstick is just like matte liquid lipstick. This is in the shade 2 Spiced Honey, which is like a pinky nude. It does look kind of cute. But then I also have these 2, what are these? Get Lippy moisturising lipsticks. By the way, they didn't have any lip liners or anything like that, so I'll just use what I have here. I will show you the shades though. We've got Feisty, which looks like a nice nude. Can you see that on my skin? It's like a cool toned baby pink. It's weird because look at the colour in the tube compared to what it is. Let's hope this one's not like that because this is a red lip. This is in the shade Sassy. Look how stunning that red looks. They're like really sheer. Do you see that compared to like the lipstick bullet? Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll try the liquid lipstick first and then maybe we'll do the red lip to finish. I will line my lips though, just so we have a good base. This is Morphe Sweet Tea. By the way, the liquid lipstick says it's transfer proof and it's infused with hyaluronic acid, so hopefully it won't be drying. Let's give this a go. It smells good. It's almost like rose watery, the smell, and it feels really thin on the lips, almost like water. Like I can't even really feel it on my lips. I'm just gonna go back in with my liner just to make sure those edges are blended in. I thought I wasn't gonna love that shade, but I actually really, really do. It's like a nice darker nude. I thought it was gonna be too rosy for me. Look how smooth that looks as well. It doesn't cling in my lines or anything like that. And when I tell you, it genuinely feels like nothing on my lips. I can't feel it at all, like at all, not one bit. Like it's so lightweight and the colour's quite intense. I actually really like that. I don't think I'm going to like them more. You wait, I'll put this on and go, nope, back to this please. I will wait a second. I just want to see if this is transfer proof. I just want that to completely dry down. Okay, a tiny bit has come off on my hand. It doesn't look like anything's come off my lips, if that makes sense. Remember when liquid lipsticks were the hype and then I feel like we all gravitated away from them because they just made our lips so dry and they just felt horrible to wear? I can tell you now, and bearing in mind I've literally had this on for a few minutes, I can tell you now that I would not get gross with this. I can already feel it. There's no way this could start going gross because it's so thin, right? There's not enough thickness to it to even like make it start going gross. Okay, that's the winner so far. And I think it's going to be the winner overall, but I'll still test the red for you because I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. Oh, that's sad to take that off. I might have to go back to it. I think where this red seems so sheer, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it because when I want to wear red, I want it to be punchy, you know? I don't want it to be like half-hearted, like, no, give me fucking red, babe. Red liner in hopes that this will save it. I mean, ignore how badly I just lined my lips, but it's not bad, you know? I mean, I have gone over it a million times, but it definitely looks more opaque on the lips than it does on the hand, but I just don't like the fact that it's shiny because, like, you know, typically when I wear a red lip, because it is such a bold colour, I don't want to risk kind of losing that colour at any point, or even worse, have like half of it up my face because it obviously this shifts. I also feel like I'm going to get it on my teeth. But it's a nice blue toned red. It's not like a pinky red or like a purpley red or anything like that. If you don't mind the transfer and you're looking for a cheap alternative, it's cute, especially if I had like a darker red lip liner on, kind of border it and give it a bit of depth. I mean, it's cute, but it's not a red that I would grab. And some of you are probably like, no, keep the red on. The red looks cool. I'm going to switch over to the other one because I do prefer that lip combo. That's it, guys. That is me testing Poundland makeup. Wait a second. I forgot a product. I actually do have a setting spray. Can you believe it? Actually, this is primer as well. This is the 2-in-1 Prime and Fix spray. They had a dewy one and a matte one. I, of course, went for the matte one. Feels good. Again, I feel like setting spray is nothing I can really tell until I've sort of worn my makeup. Feels good, and the mister was nice as well. It wasn't too aggressive, but it wasn't super fine either. Okay, now we're done. Guys, what What the hell? Listen, I'm pleasantly surprised. I have to say that nothing was terrible. Nothing completely ruined the look and made me want to scrap everything and start over. Everything worked out in the end. Now listen, I'm going to tell you my favourites quick. I'm going to make this rapid. This genuinely saved the complexion 100%. I feel like it made the skin look more full coverage. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to use this in my normal routine, and I just have this gut feeling, I can feel it in my bones, that this is probably going to become a favourite in my powder routine. You guys know how much I love my powder, but the smoothness that this provided, you wait. You wait. I'm going to be raving about it. You're going to start seeing it in every fucking makeup routine now. The bronzer, I loved this. I love the fact that it's matte. It blended beautifully. That's another solid favourite. Like I said, by the way, these are £1. The liquid lipstick, the Just Like Matte liquid lipstick, I love that shade as well, and it feels so comfortable. In fact, it's one of the most comfortable liquid lipsticks I've ever used. It's funny because these that I'm talking about, guys, are like actual favourites. Like they actually come quite high up in the category of where they are, if that makes sense. Like the liner, the liquid liner, hands down, this is one of my favourite pot liners I have ever used in my entire life, and that is saying something. So easy to use. I'm going to tell my sister about this because I feel like she loves a good like wing. I'm going to tell everyone about this. Go. The Slay the Brow kit. I love these for brow powders. Really good job. Something I'd pick up and use again, for sure. Do you know what? I'm looking at these products, these favourites, from a perspective of things I'd pick up and use again and incorporate in my actual routine. I'm even going to say the blush, because I feel like even as a topper, it's lush. Again, I feel like this is another product that kind of like low-key saved the skin, like made it come to life a little bit. And the shades are really nice. Yeah, I feel like everything else was just like, but like I said, not terrible either. I mean, like, look, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. It's not like the best makeup I've ever done, but that's not bad. Oh, and I like the lashes and the mascara, to be fair. Considering we've skipped makeup steps and it's literally just what? On my skin, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products. Come on now. I didn't want to judge because, you know, we have this sort of idea in our head that if things are super, super cheap, they're going to be shit. Apart from the things I just mentioned, everything else, I didn't hate them. Would I pick them up and use them again? Probably not, no. Turned out better than I expected. But I feel like everything needed each other. Does that make sense? As I kept going, things keep saving the look, you know? I think if you were on a budget or you just wanted to try out really affordable makeup, it's not bad. But I feel like you need sort of all the steps to come together. That's it. That's me testing Poundland makeup. There you go.